So today was the second day that I've golfed in my life, and I can say I really enjoyed it. The last time I golfed was probably about 15 years ago, so I really don't remember anything from that experience, except that it was just a horrible experience. But today went much better. Hit a few good shots, as well as some bad ones, but overall really enjoyed being here and just being able to fellowship with Mark and Walt, who was in our group, and then my buddy Dallas that came along with me today. So, had a really enjoyable time. So I was diagnosed with testicular cancer in November of 2013, and I can truly say it's been an amazing ride. When I left the doctor's office after receiving my diagnosis of cancer, instead of feeling like it was the end of the world, I was unusually calm. When I got in my car that day, I remember sitting there praying to the Lord, asking Him to give me strength to be able to go through whatever it was I was about to endure. I understood that in some cases this scenario did not play out well, but I trusted Him to give me peace and help me not to worry about the situation. I had my first surgery shortly after the diagnosis and then went through 4 weeks of chemotherapy from January through March. Besides getting stuck with a needle each morning, the actual chemo process wasn't that bad. The challenging part was the side effects. In the midst of my chemo treatments, the nurse navigator at the cancer center presented me with some paperwork from an organization that I'd never heard of called For Pete's Sake. I remember it said something about a trip to Florida for patients that have cancer and their families. I thought that it would be pretty cool to do with my wife and my girls since we had never been to Florida or to Disney as a family. I knew that the girls would love seeing all their favorite princesses. When all the details were worked out and we found out that we were awarded the trip, we created a countdown to Disney calendar for the girls, and this really fueled their excitement. They also got really excited about our trip when we visited the FPS office, where they received goodie bags that were filled with coloring books, toys, and various other things to keep them occupied down in Florida. And I can truly say that if you've ever been on a plane with two small girls, they definitely need something to be occupied by. Let's just say it made the trip that much more enjoyable. For someone like me who had never had any type of medical condition before, it was amazing to see how our life became consumed with everything that had to be done. In the midst of all the doctor appointments, chemo treatments, and surgeries, FPS had given us the opportunity to get away from it all. As the time drew near for us to take this dream vacation, I realized how much of a blessing this truly was for us. It was kind of like how Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory had found the golden ticket in his candy bar and was able to escape his reality when he was able to tour the chocolate factory. Only our golden ticket was given to us by FPS through people just like you who thought it would be more important to invest in the lives of someone who was going through a difficult time and allowed them to escape their reality for a few short days. This organization is truly blessed, and there is truth in the words said by the Apostle Paul in Acts 20:35 that it is better to give than to receive. We had a wonderful time in Florida visiting the many theme parks, spending time together, and just reconnecting as a family. The highlight for the girls was meeting all the princesses at Disney, especially Elsa and Anna from the movie Frozen. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with that movie, especially if you have little girls. Madison, our oldest, particularly loved all the roller coasters, and this was the first time that she really got to ride them since she's only 5. I also enjoyed being able to get into the front of every ride at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. So if I could say that there are perks to having cancer, because I've never been able to get in front of rides that easily before in my life, so that was really, really nice. The house we stayed at was great, and we loved the pool on our non-park days. Our bodies were physically exhausted from trying to do so much in a short time, but our hearts and minds were refreshed. We had the most fun we've ever had, and we were truly grateful for the opportunity that FPS gave to us to create memories that will last a lifetime. The girls still talk about it and tell people about their trip to Disney and all the fun things they got to do and see. After our respite, life became busy once again. The following week, I had major abdominal surgery at the University of Penn to remove the rest of my cancer. Although it was a long, hard road to recovery, the surgery was successful, and I can now say that I'm cancer-free. If I can direct your attention to this shirt. This shirt was a shirt that we had made up for the benefit dinner that I had back in March. You'll see on the front it says Joe Strong. This was a phrase that I came up with near the beginning of this journey. You have Joe on one side, and you have Strong on the other, with a cross at the center. I was given the strength to endure this battle with cancer as a result of what's at the center of my life, the cross, which represents Jesus. Without him, I couldn't have made it through this like I did. In golf, the greatest prize is the hole-in-one. Most amateur golfers never experience the joy of getting a hole-in-one. And I can say, neither did I today. Most of the people we know will never have to worry about getting and beating cancer either. But let me tell you, beating cancer is like getting a hole-in-one.